Welcome to Trial by Wine. We take a closer look at crimes that highlight how fascinating humans can be. Schmitty, Swanee and Clarky visit crimes and run them through their jury of three, debating both sides of the case to agree an appropriate, if totally fictitious, sentence. Please be advised, Trial by Wine may include explicit or disturbing content and will include drunken rambling. Listener discretion is advised. All right, how are we?
Pretty good.
Slightly rattled.
It was a bit gross, wasn't it?
Yes. Because, of course, we're doing back-to-backs, aren't we?
We are. Yes, we're preparing for the silly season when we all have to go out and do parties and things and won't have as much time on our hands. Not that we have much anyway.
And be
Swanee,
silly.
when you were out for our quick break, I was just saying to the boys that I've never found Stephen Merchant an attractive individual. Not to say he's unattractive, he's just not my cup of tea. But comparative to Stephen Port. He's very good looking.
Yeah.
Especially on a 75-inch big TV.
Yeah, exactly. That was a little bit
with his slightly
intense.
Wonky eye and his toupee. He did look better with the toupee.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Have we got news in the last few minutes? Nope.
No.
No news flash.
No news flash. So let's introduce ourselves. I'm Schmitty.
I'm Swanee.
I'm Clarky. And together we are...
Trial
by Wine.
And what are we drinking? What do you want, boys? Or anyone?
We're still on the claw.
You're still on the claw.
We're on the claw still. Yeah, that's what we call it, the craw.
At the beginning of the last episode, Schmitty was kind of building me up and shaming in one go, saying that the drinks that she'd found were things that were sort of hanging around. So I've taken it down another level again, and I'm using the water that I've taken to use my supplements. So there's
right.
there's really nothing less exciting.
Are the supplements
than that, right?
in the water, or
not
it's just...
even? This is just
you need to calm down, girlfriend.
Tap water. This is old tap water. I was like, how can I bring it down another level? There you go. So now I'm on, lukewarm tap water.
You two are on a race to the bottom.
Well, no, I'll
make
gone up
first.
So Swanee's won then.
Oh,
I have. Yeah, she has, because
I always drink the lowest common denominator.
I have SodaStream, but this is special. This is carbonated tap water that I actually had in the fridge. So it's chilled carbonated tap water.
Okay, I can bring it down another level.
Oh, okay.
I can always bring it down another level. Now, I can't actually speak to this particular SodaStream bottle, but the ones in my fridge I can. Because my kids are not allowed to drink out of them because they're supposed to share them, but no one does what they're told. So then they argue about the stink that is around the rim because they've all drunk.
Wash them.
Of course you do. But then even if I don't, even if I have done it, we've got one child who goes, oh, it smells like gin ramen, because one child who loves it. So the joke is every single one of our bottles, and of course I replace them regularly, one of them just has a thing about it and will not use them because he's like, oh, my God, he always eats them and drinks out of them, and he never uses his manners, and he eats gin ramen. So the joke is every one of our bottles is gross and smells like gin ramen. Gin ramen.
Well, the new ones, I don't know if you've noticed, with these labels on them, these are actually dishwasher safe now.
Yeah. No, mine are. I know. And they've got the use by date as well on them.
I always pop a little bleach in there and wash them in bleach, and then you don't get any gin ramen. Sort of.
I tend to just have to throw them out. So
I don't. I'm a bit of a jippo like that. Yeah.
But I've got so many on the go at any given time, and they go to people's bedrooms and they don't come back. It's just filth, really.
And you two said you had no news.
I know. We're so interesting, aren't we? Terribly fascinating individuals.
I took us there. I got us to the bottom. There you go. Okay. Well done.
Well done.
Swanee.
Yeah, nailed it.
Well, good job bringing us back in, Clarky.
Well done.
Do you have a story for us, perchance?
I do, yes, I do. Right. Would you like to hear it?
We would love to, yes.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure it's as good as gin ramen, but we'll give it a crack. My sources are Wikipedia, bbc.com, abc.com. I like this one, stuff.co.nz, just to give you a bit of an indication, and 9news.com. So you would expect from stuff.co.New Zealand. Today we're heading across the ditch to New Zealand, and specifically to Papatoetoe, which made me laugh, but is also a suburb of Auckland, approximately 18 kilometres southeast of the CBD. So now, in case you're wondering, Papatoetoe means grounds where Toto grows. And in case you're wondering, Toto is a grass. Toto is not the band that sung Africa. Toto is a grass that traditionally grew in the area.
Okay.
Oh.
So now you know where we are and why it's named that way. Let's get stuck into the story.
Okay.
So have you ever seen those shows where people buy the contents of a storage shed?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, like where they bid on the whole thing and
I have.
without knowing what's inside.
Yes.
Dead
So
bodies, demons.
in August 2017, in Papatoetoe, a family did just that. They went along to the Papatoetoe branch of Safe Store, where they bought the contents of a storage unit. Upon winning the bid, they picked up the contents and took them home in the trailer.
And you never know what's going to be in there. Is that the point?
That's exactly that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unclaimed storage.
I haven't
stuff
actually
that
seen it, but I'm aware of it.
At some point. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm envisaging them that, they get home and they're excited to find out what goodies they've got. So they start unpacking the trailer of goodies and going through them on the front lawn.
Goodies.
And there's a range of kids' stuff, including prams, toys, and a walker. And there's also a suitcase. Eager to see what was inside the suitcase, they open it up, unwittingly releasing what a neighbour described as a wicked smell, bro.
There's a smell in here that's going to outlast religion.
Exactly right. Yeah.
It's a wicked smell, bro. Oh, yuck.
One neighbour to be fair, they just said it was a wicked smell. I added the bro. Because of course that's what they would have said. Yeah.
Yes.
One neighbour who fell foul of the odour thought it was a dead cat or something.
It was a dead something.
They said they recognised the smell as they were a pig hunter. And when carcasses go bad, it's the same smell.
It's decomposition. Casey Anthony story.
Another neighbour who worked at Manukau Crematorium instantly recognised the smell as that of a body.
Oh.
The now owners of said suitcase called the police, who attended shortly thereafter.
We want our money back.
Where they discovered the bodies of 2 children who were fully clothed and each wrapped in multiple layers of plastic bags.
Oh.
One of the children was wearing underwear with Wednesday written on the front. More on that later. Nothing to do with the TV show.
Not the Addams Family.
The police were quick to confirm that the family who bought the suitcase were not connected
innocent
to the death.
They didn't do it on their front lawn.
They
Here
didn't.
we go.
It wasn't their storage
Thank God
unit.
they did it in the front lawn, though.
All right.
Imagine if you'd opened it in your house.
Was for us very obvious that the family didn't do it. For people who are victim to the rumour mill, you could very quickly see that being that the family did it. So anyway, police confirmed that it wasn't them. On the 26th of August, police said that the children may have been dead for up to 4 years. Now, I couldn't find the specific detail of how the police identified the mother of the children. However, on the 22nd of August, New Zealand police confirmed that they were aware that the children's mother had returned to South Korea in 2018. I did read that DNA testing was done and that also the mother had signed for the storage unit in 2018. So presumably the first step was identifying who owned the unit, and this led them to Hakyung Lee.
Oh my God, so they were like siblings, were they? And that was their mum who'd gone back to South Korea.
Who owned the storage unit.
Oh my God.
Now, before we go further with the story, let me tell you about Hakyung. Hakyung Lee was born Ji-un Lee and migrated with her family from... Yeah, it was too confusing. Much easier to say Hakyung Lee, in my opinion, than Ji-un Lee.
Yes, yeah, agree.
Particularly because un is spelled E-U-N, so it could be something completely different to un. So maybe that's not why she changed it, but I'm glad she did. So she migrated with her family from South Korea to New Zealand in 1993 at the age of 13. Following the death of her father in 1998, Lee returned to Korea for her university education at the age of 18 years. After 2 years in South Korea, she subsequently returned to New Zealand to study hospitality and met her future husband Ian Joe at a church, where she also served as a Sunday school teacher. In 2006, the couple married, and they lived in an apartment before moving to a house in West Auckland. Lee's daughter, Juna Yo, was born in September 2009, while her son, Minu Jo, was born in March 2012. The son, Minu, had a speech impediment caused by a cleft palate. The couple settled in a house in Papatoto following the birth of their children. And, fittingly, the children attended Papatoto South School. According to the teacher Mary Robinson, the children were well behaved. She described Hakyung and Ian Jo as caring parents who were interested in their children's education. While Ian worked as a supervisor at Auckland Airport, Hakyung became a homestay mother for the two children. In November 2017, Ian died from cancer and Hakyung was grief-stricken, and she didn't inform the children that their father had passed away.
Oh.
Sounds like a bad strategy. In the months following his death, Lee became suicidal, isolated, and allegedly insane. More on that later. She also told her mother that she wanted herself and her children to die with her late husband. In December 2017, she took the children on a 2-month holiday in South Korea, staying at luxury hotels and spending 32,000 New Zealand dollars. That's quite a bit.
Is it
for a
about
holiday.
$10,000?
Yeah. In April, $10,000.
I don't know. I'm being mean.
I think there's almost parity. It might be like $105 or something
at the moment.
Yeah,
88 Australian cents.
How
What
do you
did
know
you
that,
say?
Shelley?
32? Because I just looked it up.
Oh,
I'm
Googleized
mate.
it.
I was like, you're a trader, and she's like, I know what the
Yeah.
Aussie dollar is against
the
Kiwi.
Yeah. It's $28,215 in today's money.
Okay,
There you go.
Australian.
that is a lot of
It's
money.
a shit ton. Yeah.
In April 2018,
holiday.
she stayed at the Hilton Hotel in Taupo. In May 2018, she and the children travelled to the Gold Coast in Australia, where they stayed at another Hilton Hotel. And in mid-June 2018, she and the children visited Queenstown in the South Island, where they stayed at another Hilton Hotel.
And this is when did Ian die? 2017?
2017.
So she's
November
burning
2017.
through the cash 6 months later, 7 months later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The children were last seen by relatives on the 26th of April 2018. Investigators also found that the children last logged into Minecraft on their PlayStation on the 27th of June 2018. This was a Wednesday, matching the day that was written on the underwear I mentioned earlier. Whilst police cannot be sure of the date of their death due to decomposition, it is presumed that this was the day they were murdered.
They passed away. Yeah.
Although I think we all know it's very possible to mix up the days
On your
of
underwear.
the week on your underwear and be wearing Wednesday on a Friday. Unless, of course, you have OCD, in which case that is impossible.
I think the Minecraft login, though, is a good tell.
Yeah, same here. Better than the undies.
Yeah, I think that's right. On the 15th of September 2022, the arrest of the children's mother in South Korea was announced, and New Zealand authorities commenced extradition proceedings through the South Korean court system.
At that point, the suitcase hadn't been found because it was years later. My mistake.
So we've jumped ahead. So on the 22nd, 15th of September 22. So we jumped ahead. Sorry,
okay.
I should have.
We've gone ahead 4 years.
I forgot to tell you going into the time machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we know that this is after the suitcase has been found?
Yes,
it is after the suitcase.
Oh, okay. Right. So now they're looking for her. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So they've arrested her, but she's in South Korea. So then they start going through the extradition proceedings.
Got it.
And she was arrested by the South Korean police on suspicion of crimes against humanity.
Not just murder.
No, crimes against humanity, but because they don't know what's happened. I think that's the thing.
Okay.
I assume they don't know exactly what's happened.
Might have an idea.
I mean, a fair guess. So in November 22, the extradition was approved, and on the 29th of November, she was extradited to the by the South Korean authorities, who also submitted significant pieces of evidence to their New Zealand counterparts. On the 30th of November 2022, Hakyung Lee entered a no plea, so not a plea of guilty nor not guilty. So we've all seen the media circus that can develop when details of these cases are made public. So I would like to give credit to the New Zealand legal and media professions for this because whilst Hakyung was remanded in custody, her identity and that of her children and an unidentified relative were suppressed, at least initially. On the 14th of December, she pleaded not guilty and was again remanded into custody. And on the 3rd of May 2023, she said she's going to prove her innocence.
Excellent.
On the 8th of May, her lawyers argued for continued name suppression.
Why?
But probably because it would be tough for her. I don't know. On the 19th of July, the suspect was identified as Hakyung Lee. So the cat is out of the bag. They the New Zealand Court of Appeal lifted the name suppression, rejecting her lawyer's argument that publishing her identity would result in extreme hardship. Let's get the world's smallest violin out. Endanger her safety and prejudice her ability to engage in court proceedings or medical assessments. Once the name suppression was lifted, 2 New Zealand-based relatives applied to have their names and identifying details suppressed. So everyone's trying to hide from it. So as I said, she pleaded not guilty to the 2 murder charges because they've been upgraded now from crimes against humanity. Instead, she decided to run with an insanity defence. And perhaps proving her insanity, she represented herself with the help of 2 court-appointed lawyers, Lorraine Smith and Chris Wilkinson Smith. Because I just don't get why people represent themselves.
What is it when people do that? Yeah, it never goes well.
I just think that's the proof of her insanity. The Crown was represented by solicitor Natalie Walker and prosecutors Jay Tausey and John Kim. The Crown and defence delivered their opening addresses. Walker, the prosecutor, told the court that a toxicology test of the remains of Una and Mina had concluded that the children had died by homicide of unspecified means associated with an antidepressant drug. Walker also said that Hakyung had been prescribed 60 nortriptyline tablets in August 2017 after telling her doctor she was struggling with sleeping difficulties. While both the Crown and Defence agreed that Lee had caused her children's deaths and placed their remains in suitcases inside the storage units, Walker disputed the defence argument that Lee was insane during and after her children's deaths. She said the defendant knew what she was doing was wrong, citing her behaviour following the deaths, including hiring a storage unit, hiding their bodies, changing her name, returning to South Korea on a business class flight.
Oh,
That's
a bit more outrageous.
That's insane. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
it is insane.
Yeah.
Well, she's just burning the money too. It's just weird.
Yeah. The prosecutor also told the court that Lee had told her mother about the fact that she wanted her and the children to die with the late husband. The defence told the court that Hakyung was driven into insanity by the loss of her husband to cancer, and after his death she became suicidal and isolated over the following months and came to believe that it was best for Una and Mino to die rather than face an unhappy and parentless future. Fatherless future, maybe? Parentless? What?
Well, she's planning to kill herself as well.
Perhaps. I mean, perhaps, but...
And then just forgot?
Right? The ones who decide that they should all die but kill everyone else but themselves, start with yourself and spare the rest. I don't know. Don't like it.
I don't like it either.
That same day, the court heard testimony from storage unit Safe Store staff member Shi Hui Kong, in brackets Tracy. I'm assuming that was her New Zealand name.
Her anglicised name, yeah.
Trace. And the children's former teacher, Mary Robertson. Kong testified that she had assisted the defendant with a new storage agreement after she changed her name, describing it as an unusual request. And the teacher, Mary Robertson, told the court that Hakyung had informed her about the death of her husband in November 2017 and had withdrawn her children from the school. Apparently, Hakyung had also said that she'd planned to take her children overseas, and was unaware whether she would be returning to New Zealand. In 2018, Robertson saw that the two children had not been re-enrolled at Papatoetoe South and assumed the family had returned to Korea.
Fair assumption.
A fair assumption, exactly. Hakyung's brother-in-law, Jimmy Sai Wook Cho, I think I'm nailing it.
I mean, I couldn't do any better. I'd be going pronunciation guide.
I'm sure
right
any
now,
expert would be going, what did he just say? Testified that Lee was unwilling to inform her children about her husband's illness and had to be convinced to let the children visit him in hospice prior to his death. He also said that she had emotional difficulties and that in April 2018, he and his wife, Bo Ram Lim, raised concerns.
Oh, Ram, you.
What's that out of?
Babe.
Babe. And it's not Bo Ram you, but it's
Ram
like
you.
Ba ram you to your fleece.
Your flock,
yeah. True.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you fair.
Yeah. Sorry, Bo Ram
Lim
something?
raised concerns with Hakyung about her children not attending school. So there's also talk about her, I guess, just becoming more distant from the family.
Were they all of South Korean descent?
I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
I think there's a community. So she closed down her social media accounts following her husband's death and prioritised her husband over her children. Forensic toxicologist Helen Paulson told the court that her toxicology examination was unable to determine the level of nortriptyline in the children's body due to the passage of time.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be there in the first place. So I think it's a pretty decent indication that that's what killed them, don't you think?
Yes. The family's doctor who prescribed the nortriptyline said that Hakyung had not disclosed any issues relating to suicidal thoughts nor depression in their consults, and that he only learnt about her mental health issues after receiving a letter from the county's Manukau District Health Board. Yeah, so they've obviously found out and gone back to him going, what's gone on here? So apparently nurses from the hospice that Ian was in told the court that Hakyung had sent her husband a text threatening to kill herself and the children after he left for the hospice without alerting her.
Weird. Why would he have left for the hospice if he was dying? Maybe someone
Yeah,
else
so he's got to go in, and so he's obviously gone in, apparently not told her, and she's threatened to kill herself and the children. Make sense?
Surely he was dying when he's in the hospice.
Correct,
Surely,
and she's texted him to say...
It's not like you turn up at a hotel, is it? Like, I mean, it's a bit different. It's like, it's not that he hasn't told her probably. I don't quite understand that.
I think the thing is that she wasn't...
I'm down at the hospice. Sorry for not telling you.
Yeah, I literally think it's that he's not well and he's gone, I better call an ambulance or something. Where the hell are you?
Yeah. Down at the hospice.
Well, I'm going to kill us all.
You could have told me.
Yeah.
You could have told me.
But, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm sort of assuming he's in this hospice for
you don't jump from the hospice from like...
You're not coming out.
Yeah.
And you normally...
You know, I'm not just... I
you
feel
don't
a bit
normally go direct
unwell.
from
I'm
home,
going to pop down to the hospice.
Where are you? Like at the pub, I'm down at the hospice.
I don't think that whilst the text was threatening to kill herself, I don't think it was a threat. I think it was I'm so grief-stricken, I'm going to kill us all. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah. She's not angry with him like he's gone the pub.
Can you imagine you're dying? You're in the hospice and you're dying and you get that. Like, fuck,
you know those people, you've got a headache, they've got a brain tumour. We're going to die before you are.
What's her name of the... her name sounds like...
Minji Wu.
Minji Wu, the golfer.
There's a lot of talk, I guess, about the fact that her life would not be worth living once Ian dies.
And Ian was very young.
Yeah.
Like he was 37 when he died. And she had, at that point, a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. So I do think that, like, regardless of whether she told her GP that she had mental health issues or depression, I could imagine it would have been incredibly
pretty obvious.
Yeah. Of course it would be difficult.
Yeah.
And she's saying she's having sleeping.
And she could well have had depression.
So,
but
the point is,
it doesn't justify her killing.
No, but the point is, the medication was prescribed for her sleepless issues, not.
It wasn't the rest of it would have done the job and probably wouldn't have killed the kids.
Yeah, but it might be that it's
can get it over the counter too.
Yeah. He might be going, it's a bigger issue because of how traumatic it is and she needs a good dose.
Is he in trouble though?
I think there was an initial question as to why it was prescribed. And so probably on the basis of her insanity plea, if she's saying to the doctor that it's for sleeplessness whilst she's talking about suicide and everything,
you shouldn't have given
it. But no, but what I'm saying is, and so is she insane if she's hiding that from her doctor to get the drugs?
Okay. So she said, give me the drugs so that I can do something with it, which is not making me sleep. Because otherwise
which is not the act of a insane person.
Woman. No.
An insane person, yeah.
Yes, it is.
What?
Grieving.
You can be insane and still... Like, you can do things that appear to have intent, like you intend to kill your children. It's not a sane idea to kill your children.
No. What I'm saying is she's gone to the doctor and given him a story that is not what she's telling everybody else, and she's held back the bit that she's telling everybody else. That's a calculated
for sure.
thing.
That's calculating, but that doesn't mean she's not insane.
I don't think that is consistent with insanity.
Okay, all right.
In the second week, they heard about how her credit card spending had risen 1,397% in the months following her husband's death, from $800 per month in the 10 months leading up to his death to an average of $11,992 per month in the 8 months after his death. Now, just in case you're wondering, these figures excluded Ian's funeral expenses. So it wasn't like she had a lavish funeral and all that sort of stuff. It was spending on...
Did Ian have life insurance?
I'm not sure.
Because I assumed that's where the money came from.
Yeah.
Like she got a payout.
I don't know because it seems like it happened very quickly. And so I don't know. Yeah, it could have been super.
Probate. I see what you mean. So like probate and that sort of thing. Yep.
So in addition, Hakyung paid $16,330 to Safe Storage Unit Facility.
Where was she getting all the money from? Did she have it?
I'm assuming that it came from the estate somehow.
Okay.
But I don't know how much of that.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. Yeah. But see, she's made a fundamental error here. And maybe this does point to her insanity. Because she should have paid for like 10 years of that. Like, just put it on direct debit and not let it lapse.
I mean, had she done that,
because
they wouldn't have sold it.
They'd still be there.
You'd know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Would you say you'd know? Swanee? Sorry? Did you just say you'd know?
About what? Oh, sorry, I was looking at something else.
No. I thought you were just being mean to me, suggesting that I've got storage units everywhere and I've got them all on direct debit.
No. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying that there is the fundamental error.
Not the killing the children.
you got to pay. I mean, killing your children. If what we're all suggesting is because you could read this that she premeditated to kill the children, depressed or otherwise, didn't kill herself, never had any intention of killing herself, changed her name, went back to South Korea, flew business class, took all the money and thought, that's it, I'm done with that life, I'm going back. And I'll just get on with things and that's all nice and neat and done. Or you could say she wasn't really in her right mind. She was depressed. She had intended to kill herself also, couldn't do it after she'd killed the kids and, ran away. And that haphazardness about the not continuing a payment on the storage unit, to me, suggests that she probably, she wasn't trying to
I have learned something because I didn't realise that was how this whole thing was triggered. So is that why they have these sales?
Yeah.
And how long is that period of time? Like a year or something, probably. Or
whatever it is. Yeah.
I didn't realise. I don't know why I'd never actually thought about how it was come about, but it makes sense, yes.
So she paid through to April 22?
So 3 months. A storage unit can be auctioned as soon as around 1 month after the account becomes overdue.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she's paid through to April. That's quick.
Scary.
Yeah. And then they've gone, right, she hasn't paid again. That's it. That's what I'm saying. She should have rung up in March, had a little calendar thing, rung up in March, paid it again.
She probably didn't have her post redirected, or maybe that ran out and she stopped.
She ran away and changed her name and hoped no one would ever find her again. Yep.
Yeah. A couple of things. When she was being extradited back, it came out that she told the person that was accompanying her on that extradition that she was being accused of murdering her children and that she was innocent and that she wanted to die with her husband and children. I know, right?
It's a long flight.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? I'm just, I've been away for a while.
The prosecutor also made the point that she had to come back under an arrest warrant rather than returning voluntarily. So, if your children were missing and they were suddenly found, would it take an arrest warrant to get you to come back? They looked at her computer and looked at at internet searches, which post Ian's death all related to hotels and flights to the Gold Coast and South Korea and Taupo. And the detective who was doing that noted that it was unusual that there were very few searches relating to children.
Or suicide.
That too. But I think what I read into that is that as a concerned mother, there's no kind of how do I look after the children on my own? How do I do anything like that? It's sweet as let's go on
let's burn this cash.
To a jolly.
Thelma and Louise style.
Yeah.
Holiday.
I think that's exactly what she was doing with the intention of killing herself and then couldn't do it.
But that's why I go start with yourself if you're going to do that stuff, because then you will back out of the rest of it.
You'd be a great doctor.
Counsellor.
Yeah.
Start with yourself.
Start with
yourself if that's what you've got in mind. Start with yourself.
I don't recommend this course of action at all, but if you do find yourself in those dark moments,
specialises in wannabe family annihilators.
Is do it yourself.
Yeah. You go first though.
Yeah.
Test the waters yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it just shits me that there's all this. We were all, I was going to kill all of us. Well, why are you still here? Because they weren't going to kill anyone. You were only one with intent to kill, and you're still here.
So where's she now?
I will get to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
She's sitting on the plane having a chat to old mate. She's going, I said, I've got to go all the way back. Oh, what? Why? Why are you going back for a wedding? No.
The person who's next to her is actually like accompanying her.
I hope so.
100% it is. Yes,
I know. I'm joking.
I'm going back for a wedding.
No, it's a South Korean, I don't know, policeman or something. Yeah.
Marshal.
Air marshal.
So the defence's sole witness, Dr. Yvette Kelly, argued that Lee met the criteria of insanity under Section 23 of the Crimes Act. She testified that she had interviewed the defendant 5 times. During one of these sessions, Lee had confessed to killing her children by dissolving the antidepressant drug nortriptyline in juice, which she served to them. She also testified that Hakyung believed she was cursed due to her husband's death from cancer and her son Minu's cleft palate. What a mole. No, it's a cleft palate, not a mole.
Talk about making it all about yourself.
Oh, I'm cursed because my child has a cleft palate. What? Kelly told the court that Hakyung now believed that killing her children was morally wrong, but at the time believed that it was the right thing to do.
It's the only thing to do.
And she said that that Hakyung's guilt and self-loathing had led her to change her name from Ji-Yoon Lee to Hakyung Lee on the 27th of June, 2018. Like it all just...
Oh, my self-loathing. Yeah. I've got to change my name. That will make me feel more...
Anyway, get ready for this because I think you'll like it. During cross-examination by Walker, Kelly acknowledged that Lee was not always truthful, describing her as, you ready? Not a truth stretcher, an unreliable historian.
Oh, I like it. I've heard that before.
That is brilliant. Yeah. You're an unreliable historian. I'm going to use that at work tomorrow.
Yeah. A revisionist.
And then Walker also told the court that Lee had visited a Mitre 10 store on the 27th of June 2018 to buy, you could probably guess this,
Bleach?
2 sets of wheelie bin liners, garden bags, duct tape, all material which the Crown had argued the defendant used to wrap the children and conceal in the suitcases containing their remains.
I wonder if they have like training for that, like Bunnings and Mitre 10.
To keep an eye out for it.
It's like, oh my God, they've got the starter kit, you know. Or the...
Well, I
Come
bought
along
8
to our
rolls
workshop
of
on
duct tape the other
Saturday.
day.
What'd you buy, Shmitty?
8 rolls of duct tape.
Oh,
But what did you buy with them?
16 packets of batteries.
Clamps?
Yeah, probably not enough
Unusual number of AA batteries.
I mean,
For the
if
show?
you bought...
Yeah.
but if you bought plastic and rope...
I didn't buy any
and
plastic bags. And
a
I think
shovel.
that's the thing. It's the duct tape and plastic, or say a drop sheet, or
Hacksaw.
or a what do you call it, a tarp? I think
shovel.
I think those combos. Yeah.
Yep.
A shovel, yeah, sure. Yeah. Hammer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and then Kelly
Acid.
continued giving evidence before she was questioned by the Crown about the timing of Lee's actions before and after her deaths, when she then went on to say she was not made aware of the full sequence of events prior to publishing her report.
Who is this woman?
This is the one who's saying that she does meet the definition of insane.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know everything.
But doesn't understand the timeline, or doesn't know about the timeline of events that came in the lead up to killing the children.
Well, that's because Hakyung is an unreliable historian.
Correct. Surely, though, there's some level of expectation that you would read the evidence and then go and do the...
expert witnesses, right?
I could be wrong, but that's what I would... My expectation would be that that's what happens. Anyway, forensic psychiatrist Eric Monasterio was brought in to question the... yes. Question
Mono and stereo.
the insanity defence, stating that it would be extremely rare for someone to harbour auditory hallucinations for 8 years without a mental health professional noticing. He also testified that Hakyung had claimed to hear 4 or 5 different voices in 3 different languages, but was unable to provide detailed examples of what was said.
Because she didn't speak Italian.
They don't speak the languages.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand.
So he told the jury that they had to decide whether Hakyung's reported voices were made up or not, but concluded that the voices were not attributable to psychosis or a mental condition. He did acknowledge that she no doubt had a major depressive disorder or prolonged grief following her husband's death.
Yeah, no one would be...
that would be expected, wouldn't it? In closing, Prosecutor Walker argued that Hakyung was not insane when she killed her children, citing her actions following their deaths, including the changing of the name, accessing the storage facility, cleaning and vacating her rental property, and booking a business class flight to South Korea. She also pointed out that Hakyung told several lies to her family, police, and doctors about her children's deaths. And she also argued that Hakyung had lied about her suicide attempts and highlighted Monasterio's testimony. Defence standby counsel, because remember Hakyung was representing herself, so she had probably a couple of standby attorneys who weren't that good, or maybe weren't
better than her, or
maybe were given too much guidance by her as what to say.
As an unreliable historian.
As an unreliable historian, exactly. So the defence said that she had been mentally unwell throughout her life and that her mental state had deteriorated following the death of her husband. They also said that she had made 3 previous suicide attempts, including one following her father's death when she was 18 years old. She argued that Hakyung's mental health deteriorated in the 7 months following the death of her husband. Consequently, she came to believe that the only solution was killing herself and children. Smith argued that Lee's belief that she had caused her father and husband's death and her son's cleft palate demonstrated that she was disconnected from reality. I mean, it just sounds like nonsense. So anyway, the verdict. So bearing in mind we're talking about this year now, the jury began deliberating on the 23rd of September, which is 3 weeks ago. After 3.5 hours of deliberating, the jury convicted Lee of murdering her 2 children. So,
boom!
Quick deliberation. No one's buying any of it. And she was taken into custody until her sentencing on the 26th of November this year.
Oh, so she's not sentenced.
So this takes us into very unusual territory, whereby if you would like, you can come up with your sentence and highly liable and see whether or not on the 26th of November you were accurate. So, for instance,
a nut punch.
Right? So is the New Zealand court listening to Trial by Wine and going to come up with our sentence, or are they completely going rogue and doing what any normal court would do?
They do a bag of dicks for dogs and a nut punch.
You reckon?
The double combo.
The old classic.
Yeah, the combo deal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll get life.
Are you?
Yeah. For 2, I don't know whether or not New Zealand has a minimum service period.
I can't believe you don't know that off the top of your head.
Regardless, I think go out there and do your best trial by wine sentence, and then we can revisit it in a month and a bit.
Oh, trial by wine sentence. I'm putting her in a fucking suitcase for 4 years. See how she likes that.
Oh.
I'm going to wrap her in plastic and duct tape and put her in a suitcase in a storage unit. She can sit there and have a little think about what she's done.
At least until the 26th of November.
Be careful, it might send her insane.
Well, some would argue that she already is, and some would argue that she's not. But I think what we've taken from this as fact is that she is an unreliable historian.
I think that's my favourite thing, an unreliable historian.
So there's no denying that she murdered her children and that she had planned for it, really, and...
But she could still have been insane.
Yeah.
The two things are not mutually exclusive. But clearly the argument for insanity, the plea for insanity, was not accepted by the court.
Well, I also think that there's a degree of planning that went into it.
You can plan even then
sure,
when you're
but
insane,
but that is usually something that would be presented as evidence, the degree of planning that's gone into the killing, to go, really? How insane are they? So
it wasn't a crime of passion.
No, or of rage.
It wasn't a quick, it was premeditated, for sure. But it doesn't mean she wasn't insane.
I think the going to the doctor and telling different stories.
Yeah, but people lie all the time.
But that's the whole point, right? Just because you're not a nice person or you do a bad thing, it doesn't mean you're insane. And I think that's
the difficulty to prove, right? So to your point, there's no real history that says there's a diagnosis earlier that she was schizophrenic or she was this or that, and so we knew that in advance. It's all trying to fit the facts to what we now
typically
know.
The insanity defense, in my understanding of it, would be that you are disconnected from reality and therefore you don't know what you're doing.
I don't think it's you don't know what you're doing. I think it's that you don't believe that it's wrong. You don't understand that what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah, but I think possibly, but I think there's a degree of... I mean, even the fact that she's talking about killing the 3 of them and she doesn't, to me, completely undermines...
'Cause it's her only option.
Well, it undermines any defense of insanity, because you go, you didn't do everything you said you were going to do, and it's just this horrible selfishness. I have a real problem with it, where I'll kill everybody else and I'll say that I'm going to kill myself.
Oh, I know. As we said earlier, as a counsellor, your first piece of advice is do it yourself first and see how you go.
Yeah, and I don't know. The insanity just sounds like a cop-out in this case.
And the court clearly didn't go with it because, the
jury gave it 3.5 hours thought.
Yeah, they didn't think about it for very long in the grand scheme of things. But I'm saying that it's not mutually exclusive. She could have been insane, but would I accept a plea of insanity myself as a juror in that situation? I think on balance, a lot of her behaviour does suggest that if at some point, like she says, I realise now that what I did was wrong, she never came forward, she never came back, she never stumped up to what she did, and she didn't, to your point about the returning, she didn't come back willingly and said, yep, I've done something terrible. I was in a fugue state at the time. I haven't been able to face it, but yes, I absolutely did something dreadful.
If you don't know what you're doing is wrong and you wrap the children in plastic and put them in a suitcase in storage, and you keep paying that storage for 4 years after you've left the country, it just doesn't ring true that that's somebody not trying to hide what they've done because they know it's wrong.
Yes, and that's what it all comes down to. Do we believe that she knew what she'd done as wrong at the time? Yep.
I reckon there's a lot of things that
and
kind of go. Ugh.
The behaviour suggests that she probably did.
Yeah. Yes. So anyway, pop her in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Swanee.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair one. I did think about that myself to start with, but she doesn't seem to sort of get the suffering. I'd be really interested to know how her family reacted. Was it, where they were saying they were trying to keep their names suppressed and whatever else? What was the sort of view, or was there anything for you to read about how her family viewed her? Like, had she been a bit unhinged for before her husband was ill? Like, how'd they feel about her? They just think she's just bad. Because I imagine, I don't really know. I mean, I don't understand. I have no view, actually, of the South Korean community in Papatoto, whatever it is. Yeah. But I just wondered how they viewed her. If they thought that she was.
And I wonder if she was isolated.
Yeah,
after
I just wondered
too, because she seems to have just taken the kids out of school and gone on trips. Yeah. Like, where was everyone else?
Yes, that's what I want to know. Where were the family and all of this? And could they see it coming? Were they concerned? Did all of a sudden someone's budget going from next to nothing to something extraordinary trigger any concern with them, or were they like, oh no, she's good, or was she always like, they were like, she's a loose cannon, she's going to do something terrible here?
Yeah, no. So this is probably going to give you a good insight. So one of the detectives told the court that Chunja Lee, who is, I'm thinking that Chunja Lee, I think, is Hakyung's mother.
Yeah.
And she had visited the Auckland Central Police Station in December 2018 and the Hamilton Police Station a few times to query into the whereabouts of her daughter and grandchildren. So
there you go.
Since she had not specified any safety concerns concerning her daughter or grandchildren, the police declined to report them as missing persons.
That's a bit unusual too, in the sense that, if a mother or grandmother bothers to go down and say, look, I haven't seen my daughter or grandchildren in some time. I don't know, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe that should just be ignored.
Could be a cultural thing. Yeah. I have no idea.
I was going to say, it's probably a racist thing that her just ignored, yeah.
Well, no. So there was an immigration check that was completed that showed that she'd left the country on July 2018, but there were no immigration checks conducted on her children since the dates of birth were not supplied and their names were not given correctly. So they couldn't. So they saw that the mother had left and they couldn't check.
I blame the grandma then for not giving correct details when they were trying to find out where they are. They could have got to it sooner.
But she did take them. Didn't she take them to South Korea?
Yeah, and Australia.
Shortly, and then...
Yes, there must have been records of moving around.
So they had passports, and there would have been records of them.
Yeah. But so I think importantly, the point of it is that I don't think the mother was concerned that she was a risk, that she had this, this history where she might have hurt the grandchildren. I think it was more that she just couldn't find them.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, it sounds to me like a cleft palate is a pretty horrible infliction for Hakyung that, Well, I think I would like to suggest that perhaps the New Zealand court seriously think about giving her a cleft palate.
It's the reverse of what normally happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. They can, I mean, clearly they won't.
No.
But, like, I don't
disfigurement, if it's such a big deal.
I don't get the thing about the cleft palate. What? Oh, I'm cursed because my child has a cleft palate. I mean, if anything,
New Zealand have a really good health system like us?
Yes.
Wouldn't they just have fixed that up?
But I think it just shows her personality type more than anything. I mean, if anything, the child is cursed because they've got a cleft palate. You as the mother is cursed because you've got a cleft palate?
Swanee's not loving that statement. It's unfortunate, but it's not the worst thing in the world that could happen.
Exactly, yeah, I know.
And that's the point. It's not the worst thing in the world that can happen.
It's also not
real catastrophizing.
What
about just love your kid?
Love your kids for who they are, yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. Come on, Swanee.
I don't know. Stick her in the suitcase then.
I want to punch her in the face. I'm really not happy with her.
Just a nut punch is good. I know. I just think
stick in the bag of dicks for dogs.
A bit of a mole scrag fight with her, and just sort of like, you're a shit mum.
Oh, would you scrag fight her?
Yeah, you're a shit mum. Killing your kids.
Gag on a bag of dicks for dogs.
Yeah. I want to
another one. No more dicks for dogs. More dicks for dogs. Yes.
Yeah, no, she won't have a good time in prison, and that's okay.
She says that she needs to have someone like really slap her hard across the face.
Wake up to yourself.
Wake up, you
Perry.
fucking
Agree.
Yeah, people die, and
that's awful. But you've got 2 children, and if there had been the other way around, would you want him to have killed himself and his children not had parents? No, let's just get rid of the kids.
That is such a good point. If your husband had survived and you had died, how would you have reacted
was he supposed to put them down?
Exactly. It's horrendous. Yes.
Farcical. So I sort of think she needs a good hard slap across the face.
Yeah.
Fucking shake and wake up, silly lady. You've got this all wrong.
Yeah.
And you're allowing yourself to, wallow in this sort of
grief. I'll give you grief.
Indulge. That's a great word, yes.
Here's some grief coming right at you. Smack.
In a bag of dicks for dogs.
Dicks for dogs will wake anyone up.
I'm going to send a letter to the New Zealand court just introducing them to the concept of a bag of dicks for dogs as a punishment. See if they want to use it in this case.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a sad story. But, we learnt something. Clarky as a counsellor. It's probably not very sympathetic.
Yes. We learnt a new phrase.
Yes, we did.
Unreliable historian.
Unreliable historian.
Yeah. Goodness me.
That could be the name of the episode.
I think it might be. Yes. All right. Well played. And on that note, as we say every week, miss you already.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. Thanks for listening to Trial by Wine. You can contact us at trialbywine@gmail.com. Please rate, review and subscribe to Trial by Wine on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. If you'd like to support us, you can become a patron at www.patreon.com, Trial by Wine, or visit our website www.trialbywine.com to donate to us. Your support will help us cover many more cases and apply wacky sentences. We really appreciate you listening and hope you tell everyone about us. Our cover art is by John Christo and music is by Beauchamp from pixabay.com.